Joe Booney and Joe Sports Channel proudly present Respect Women 110% t-shirts. These shirts come in 4 different colors: blue, pink, green, and yellow. These shirts cost exactly $25 US and Canadian. With each purchase, $5 will be donated to the Women's Breast Cancer Research Awareness. And don't forget, every Saturday night at 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, go to YouTube and search up Joe Sports Channel to catch up on new sports news and any special guests that may appear. And if you want to purchase more merchandise, go to joebooney48.wixsite.com/merch.
Welcome to Joe Sports Channel. You can follow me on Joe the Fighting Day on Instagram. You can follow me on Taker Devil One hashtag Joe Sports Channel. Ladies and gentlemen and boys and girls of all ages, it is November 21st, 2020, and I hope everybody is having a fantastic Saturday afternoon, fantastic Saturday evening. And we finally have the one and only from the great province of Ontario, London, Ontario, Canada City, Mr. John Bruschetto. How are you, John?
Doing great, Joe. Glad to be part of the show.
It's good to be with you, my friend. How you doing?
Doing great. Feeling great despite the chilly weather that's upon us. Yeah, feeling good.
How is the pandemic treating you, Mr. Bruschetto?
I say it hasn't affected me or my family too much. We've been trying to follow the rules and be compliant, but yeah, I'm still out and about every day and working hard.
That is good. You know, during this pandemic, it's tough times, and we got to overcome this. And let me tell you something, John. You are absolutely a terrific human being. I have a lot of respect for. And I wish you all the best to your beautiful family and to your well-being, man. You keep doing what you're doing. You're gonna brighten a lot of people's voices. Seriously.
Yeah, no. As I said, I always like helping others and bringing joy where I can.
Absolutely. Introduce yourself, John, to the viewers who don't know you.
Yeah, well, as Joe said, my name is John Bruschetto. Pretty much, I've been born and raised in London, Ontario. I have lived in other cities such as Ottawa and Chatham over the years, but for the most part, born and raised in London, grew up here, and went to Fanshawe College, graduated there with an IT background and diploma, and graduated, I think after about 10 years in the IT field, I moved on into the financial field, looking, again, I always like helping others, so I've learned a lot over my years in finances and try to share that with others where I can.
Now, let's talk about the San Francisco 49ers. A year ago, you guys were in the Super Bowl. This
7
year,
minutes.
7 minutes. It just took 7 minutes to do. 7 minutes. You guys lost. This year, the chemistry was there. Everything was clicking until the beginning of the season when you lost Jimmy G, when you lost Bosa, when you lost all those great competitors on the field. And what are you guys playing with? rookies.
Well,
who can
we're down
start.
to our we're down to our third and fourth string and our practice squad pretty much at this point of the season. But fortunately, we're on the bye week and hoping to get some healthy bodies back the following week to play the Rams.
The 49ers with Jimmy G. I want to ask you this good question because I know you're a 49ers fan and you're a lot older than me and you've seen the 49ers over the years. Is Jimmy G the right guy for San Francisco as the quarterback?
Well, I mean, I know it's tough to say, to see the mistakes or the flaws, just as everybody does. But hey, I could look at Brett Favre and say he made a lot of mistakes too over the years, right? But is he the right guy? I think only time will tell. Because, people say, well, he's been in the league 5 years. But yeah, he was behind Tom Brady for 4 years. We really only got him. Last year was his first full season as a pro. I think he was coming along and, again, got injured in the Jets game. They kind of rolled up on his ankle there, and that's pretty much taken him out the rest of this season. So, again, been working with our backups and third-string quarterbacks, doing the best we can with the roster we have at this point, which is tough.
See, I look at the 49ers, and when I always hear that name, that gives me goosebumps because you guys always dismantle us. Last year, you guys dismantled us in the championship game.
You had your way with us a few weeks ago.
Yeah, but, most of your players were out. Maybe there was a few guys on the bench, a few guys who were playing on the field. We dismantled you guys, okay? But last year, the team was totally different. The chemistry was there, and the chemistry was there at the beginning of the year. But when you lost Bosa, when you lost Jimmy G, and when you had this practice squad that came up, it felt like the old Cleveland Browns, the new New York Jets, if you want to say.
Yeah, not only that, we were dealing with this. So the irony was, I think the night before the Packers game, we had one of our players tested for COVID, and that took also. So basically, we took out our 3 of our top receivers. And we had to literally go dig into the practice squad to pull up guys for that game. So, of course, there wasn't really much time for them to work with the Mullins, the backup QB right now.
Now, I have the schedule up right now, and I see some games that are going to be played very hard. You look at the Rams, you got the Bills, you got the Washington football team, you got the Dallas Cowboys. That division is just messed up. You got the Cardinals, and you got the Seattle Seahawks. John, for yourself as a 49ers fan, what's the record going to tell at the end of the season? Are you guys going to have more than 8 games?
It's funny because I've been going through. I've got a lot of my buddies who are looking at it, and me personally, I feel we can still get to 8-8, possibly 9-7. There are some tough games, so the Bills are going to be one of them, and the Rams. I think these are going to be great tests for us to see where we're at. So again, if we can get some healthy bodies back with the bye this week, I think we can. We've done it already. We've beaten the Rams and have hosting the Seahawks. So again, with the Seahawks and the defense, they are winnable games. And again, Cowboys, Redskins. I think we can still really. So we're 4-6, but I think it's still realistic to be 8-8 or 9-7 to have a wild card spot.
So you're saying the 49ers still have a chance to make the season?
Yeah, I mean, I know it hasn't looked good the last couple of weeks, but again, we've been missing so many of our key players. But with this bye week and a chance to get some of the players off the COVID list and some healthy bodies back, including our running backs, because we were literally down to our 4th and 5th string running backs. So I think those guys, if we can get the healthy roster back, which they're going to do next week, then we can make the run like we did last year.
The Buccaneers are playing the Rams in Tampa Bay. That's a crucial game for Tampa Bay. You want Tampa Bay to win that game, right?
Yeah, that's a tough. I think the Rams. If I had to pick, if I was a betting man, I would say the Rams are going to win. But the way Brady and Bunch looked the other weeks, but again, I think. I don't know, because the Rams defense, right? They're a little bit better than the Bucs. So, but I'm hoping for the Bucs. But again, it's tough because they're both in the NFC.
Oh, they're both in the NFC. And I look at Tom Brady a couple of weeks ago. He didn't even have 100 yards. I think that's the first time in his career. It was It was like they got dismantled. It was like watching It was like the New York Jets could score more points than Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And it's just, I'm saying to myself, Tom Brady went to the NFC, right?
Yep.
He went down there. You're not expected to win all those games like you did in the years in New England. Sorry, but it's a harder division. You got New Orleans. Hey, Drew Brees is out for quite some time, but I think they're still going to win tomorrow. They got a good backup.
Yeah, I agree too.
And not only that, I see the Saints taking off in that division.
Yeah, I know sometimes the Saints, you never know what to make of them. I say the Saints are, I got a close buddy of mine's big Saints fan, so I was really looking forward to the game at the beginning of the season, as much as I was the Dolphins game with my buddy David. But of course, when you're dealing with third and fourth string players, it's hard to compete with the top teams such as they are. So, yeah, I still think the Saints are the top, even without Breeze. So it'll be interesting to see what Hill's going to bring, and Winston didn't look sharp, but again, maybe some more practice time this week. Who knows? But I think the Saints can win the game tomorrow.
I think the Saints are going to win tomorrow. I think they win by 10, and I really think you guys should pick up a great player. It's on the top of my tongue. Free agent is going to be J.J. Watt. I think he would be a great pickup for San Francisco.
Yeah. And again, J.J. Watt, great player, phenomenal career. And again, it's been a shame to see a guy like that. It's almost like a Nick Bosa, where when he's on, he's great. But of course, the injury bug, again, with the physicality and in their position. But yeah, he would be great. I was almost hoping to get the bookends, the Bosa brothers, but Chargers re-signed Joey, so that dream team's gone. So, but yeah, if we can pick up JJ, that'll definitely help. And that's what we've been missing also. So as much as getting pressure on the quarterback, the defense has still been holding for the 49ers, but you just really haven't had that pressure up front.
Now I'm going to make a bet with you. I'm going to make a bet. If the San Francisco 49ers can go 8-8, or 9-7, me and you and David Carruthers and Adnan are going to the keg on Wellington Street, and I'm going to buy you a nice ribeye steak that is 2.5 inch ribeye steak, and that's on me. It's over $60 plate. That's on me. Because you have faith in your team, and I respect you very much for that. Applauds to you. Only true fans say that. I believe the 49ers can become a 9-7 team. Has to come down to the defense, and it has to come down to throwing the ball consistently. You can't have a Jimmy G coming back not 100% and throwing the ball all over. Because if I look at Jimmy G and I say to myself, okay, wait a minute. Jimmy G is not a runner. He just stays in the pocket. He's like a Peyton Manning. He can't run. If he runs, he's kind of like a Tom Brady. Slow. He's going to get hurt. So stay in the pocket, but move around the center and throw the ball. But Jimmy G needs to learn how to sit in the pocket and throw the ball. If he does not do that,
he needs to get rid of it quickly, right? So just like when I watch Tom Brady, what's his secret? He gets rid of it quick. It's like he anticipates. The receiver, he's throwing the ball before it's even there. Same with Drew Brees, right? The ball's out of their hand. And the receivers, as soon as he turns his head, it's there. So I think that's one thing, one area Jimmy can improve on. And again, Nick Mullins, the backup, has the potential, has made some mistakes as he did in the Eagles game, which hurt us. Again, that should have been a win. But those mistakes, those turnovers, are the difference between winning and losing games.
What's the potential of you guys reaching out to Aaron Rodgers? There's someone rumors going out there, and I wanted to bring this up to you. Chicago's interested in San Fran. Like I was telling Joe Bolen last night, I don't believe in that baloney. Do you think you guys have a good potential of bringing Aaron Rodgers to the San Francisco 49ers?
Well, it's funny because there was a lot of talk in the offseason about bringing in Brady. There was an interest, again, because he was good friends with Jimmy G. The irony is, I don't know if you know, but Aaron Rodgers is actually from California in the Bay Area. So, again, there's been talk and rumors, even in the offseason when they drafted Jordan Love, that, hey, his time up What I love, absolutely. To me, Aaron Rodgers is an elite quarterback, and anytime you can get a guy like that, hey, maybe Jimmy can learn something from him that would help to. But even in the short term, I think you bring in an Aaron Rodgers to our team. That's to me, that's a guaranteed Super Bowl.
Wow. Wherever he goes, I wish him the best. I personally think we're going to re-sign him. I think we have one of the best coaches upcoming. You know, Matt's a phenomenal coach.
Of course, came from the 49ers organization.
Of course. Look at the 49ers organization. You look at Mike Shanahan, and you look at that team. They have so much chemistry over the years. Even if they're 4-11, they still try their best to go on that field and compete. Remember last year, you guys should have beat the Atlanta Falcons. You guys got screwed on that. That was a big game.
Yeah.
And a lot of you guys were out, like they were on the bench because, you know, the playoffs are coming. They want to rest the players. But at the same time, you guys were competing. It was like the Boston Bruins. You guys always want to play with heart. And that's why I respect you guys. So wherever Aaron Rodgers goes, I respect him. I personally think he's going to stay in Green Bay. I think the biggest mistake we did, I was telling Joe Bowen last night, getting Jordan Love was a waste of a pick. We should have picked up a young receiver, a young defensive line.
Justin Jefferson. Look at what he's doing for the Vikings.
Why didn't we pick him up? So it's like
well, and again, I don't know. Well, only time's going to tell with Jordan Love. Is he the guy to take over? I mean, it was the same with Jimmy G behind Brady. He was supposed to be the guy, but you know, time went on, and he never. So he ended up trading him, or Belichick traded, right? So, you know, who's to say what the Packers are going to do? But yeah, that was the thing, and especially such a rich draft for wide receivers, and all he wanted was a key receiver. Could have had Justin Jefferson. That was my take.
I want to move on and talk about the Philadelphia Eagles for a sec. With their situations going on, that division is just totally messed up. You got the Dallas Cowboys. You got the Washington football team. That listen.
I'm cheering for the the Washington football team.
Well, we know it's a football team. Eagle fans out there. Soon I'm going to have somebody come on the show. Eagle fans out there. Tomorrow is a must win. Tomorrow is a must win because if the Washington football team can hold on and win.
Alex Smith is in there now.
Alex Smith is in there. If the Dallas Cowboys can win, well, they're a game back, a first.
Well, it's funny. That's an interesting division because, I mean, I see the Giants almost coming, they were in the basement and they've been coming on strong, which I don't know if that's saying a lot, but yeah, I've got a close buddy of mine is an Eagles fan, and that's why it's really disheartening when we threw 2 picks and lost the game against the Eagles. But I think that's what vaulted them into first place. But they have a tough schedule. The Eagles have a very tough schedule down the stretch. The Cowboys, again, I'm surprised they didn't stick with Garrett Gilbert going back to, he almost won the game against the Steelers. And here they go back to Andy Dalton, who has not looked sharp in the Cowboys uniform. But, hey, that's the coaching decision.
I have a man coming up in a few minutes. He's a huge Eagles fan. He's going to tell you all about what he thinks about Carson Wentz.
Should have kept Foles.
Nick Foles, yeah.
Should have kept them.
I look at the Eagles for a sec. A lot of their players are out. Ertz is out.
Same thing, injury bug and COVID now. Five of their players are out on the COVID list. So again, the COVID's been wreaking havoc for teams too.
That division. You see the Eagles making the postseason?
Oh boy, I mean it's whoever wins. It's almost a coin flip at this point. If I had to look at the schedule, I said I'd almost want to. I mean, I think the Eagles definitely have the shot. I think it's between the Eagles and the Giants myself, but.
I have a man wearing a Nick Foles jersey. He's grabbing his Eagles.
Kept him.
He's grabbing his Eagles uniform, his hat, and he's gonna come and sit down.
Well, it's funny because I still remember J.J. Arcega-White. I know Shanahan was looking to draft him. Great, again, another guy from California, I think, and they were looking to draft him, but the Eagles grabbed him. So,
come a little bit closer. The camera.
Okay, I'll just move the chair over.
Yeah. There you go. There you go. We're not
slide to your left.
We're not 6 feet apart. Okay.
We're family.
Yeah, we're family. Okay. This is the man. His name is Mojo, my brother. Welcome along. How you doing, buddy?
Welcome.
John Bruschetto, brother Mojo.
Mojo, Mr. Mojo Rising. No shit.
So we're talking about your Philadelphia Eagles, and I know you're wearing that uniform, the Nick Foles, and I know you heard you guys should have kept Nick Foles.
I agree. Because wherever he goes, I don't know. I mean, he didn't look sharp in the Jags, and now he's with the Bears. I always think the Bears need to go back to Trubisky. Yeah, I don't know. There's something about Foles in Philadelphia to have that magic only there. So, and again, I don't know if it's the money, but had they maybe used Wentz for the first 2-3 quarters and then bring in Foles to save every game, I think that would be the magic formula for them.
Is Carson Wentz the future?
No. Much as I liked once, but I think right now he's a piece of garbage. Even though you're saying there's the flu bug out there, there's injury, there's COVID. It all takes a factor with every team.
It's tough right now because they just lost, I think, 5 players to COVID for this week. So I'm not even sure who's even available. They might be going to their practice squad like the 49ers did.
You guys play Cleveland tomorrow afternoon at 1:00.
It's doable. It's doable.
6-3 Cleveland against a 3-5-1 Eagles.
It's going to have to be the defense that steps it up for him.
Fletcher Cox has to show up to his game. Are the Eagles
If
win?
Fletcher Cox shows up and chases Baker around, then they got a shot.
They need to win, but I don't know what to say about it.
Well, as I said, they need to win because otherwise they're going to have the Giants on their tail, and they've got a tough schedule down the stretch.
They do, and I want to bring that schedule up shortly. I look at Philadelphia, and I say to myself, Jesus, for the love of God, a few years ago, they were unstoppable. Nobody could beat them. Nobody can beat them in that division. And, 5-6 years ago, it was Dallas' division, and it was Philadelphia's. New York hasn't been good since last time they won a Super Bowl. I think was that back in 2008, if I'm not wrong, when the Eagles defeated the Patriots. Maybe I'm wrong. Correct me.
I love that. Was one of my favorite Super Bowl, the Philly special. I think everybody remembers that.
And it's sad to see you guys suffering. Carson Wentz, he's a good quarterback, but he does not have the right players there.
He doesn't have the great outlet.
Again, I don't know if it's the O-line is struggling or he's not seeing the receivers or there's no open receiver. I think that's part of the problem is the receivers. Struggling with the health issues too. Not Justin Jefferson. Can't even think of the receivers now for the Eagles.
You're talking about
Also Jeffrey. That's what I was thinking. Sorry,
Jeffrey, one of your favorites, right?
And who's the new one they just picked up? And he's been phenomenal for them too.
Remember
Jeffrey's been injured 2 seasons in a row.
Yeah. Who's the guy they just picked up? So. I know they drafted Rager, but I can't think of the other fellow they just picked up. He's been lights out for them.
Now, my friend, you guys play the Browns, the Seattle Seahawks, my Green Bay Packers, the Saints, the Cardinals, the Cowboys, and the Washington football team.
Ooh, well, maybe 2. There's a couple there.
You waiting for who?
Eagles and the Packers.
For the Eagles and Packers.
So we can win and I can rub it in your face.
I don't know about that. Listen, Philadelphia has a chance to win that division, but they have to win tomorrow. They have to. Tomorrow is a crucial game.
I agree. Yeah, because the other, again, Packers, Saints, and some of those are going to Seahawks. Those are going to be tough games. A Washington team and the Cowboys, doable. But again, I think it's going to come down to the division battles and maybe even just like I said, one outside the division game like the Browns tomorrow.
Dallas does a great chance.
I honestly don't know how I became an Eagles fan because growing up I was a San Fran fan.
Oh, really?
All the way from Jerry Rice days.
My secret is growing up, I was a Steelers fan and the Bradshaw and the Franco Harris era. I don't think I've shared that with anybody, but it was just come the Montana era and Ronnie Lott. Those are the guys I loved. And Bill Walsh converted me over.
Yeah, like I said, Joe Montana, Jerry Rice.
Yeah.
Steve Young was one of the greats.
Well, and Steve Young. Can't forget
You know,
Steve
But
Young.
it was Joe Montana when he got drafted from Notre Dame, and like I said, Ronnie Lott was another guy I really loved. He was, kind of like a Fred Warner we have now.
now, Eagles fan, 49ers fan. You guys are both just 4-6, 3-5-1.
We'd be in first place if we were in the East.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at the Giants for a sec. And I'm saying to myself, the Giants should have defeated the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They should have beat them.
Yeah.
I remember that game with Daniel Jones. I'm not sure what you think about Daniel Jones, but I think he's a fabulous quarterback.
I think he's still developing, and again, he's coming around. Especially, I mean, look, they just won the last 2 games, and he's done it with his legs. So, running the ball.
Remember a few years ago when the Eagles won the Super Bowl, that was a great team because you guys were all healthy.
Yeah, that was a healthy team.
That was a healthy team, and you guys, when Chicago missed that field goal, you guys were a couple games away from the Super Bowl. You know, so I'm thinking to myself,
Is that the double doink or no?
that was a double mess when he kicked it.
I'm sitting here wondering if we got Dak Prescott, how would we do?
I don't know. I know everybody in Dallas, they love Dak. I think he's okay. I just don't think, like, they keep putting him up in this caliber. He's an elite quarterback. I think he's a decent quarterback, but I wouldn't say he's an elite quarterback. Same with Carson Wentz. I think he's done good. Again, maybe he hasn't had a great O-line, or with all the receivers, the chemistry is not there, so he's struggling. So who's to know? Because the supporting cast makes a difference too. But Aaron Rodgers seems to make it work, whoever's in there to throw the ball to.
7-2, baby. We're playing tomorrow a tough team at 425, the Indianapolis Colts. Listen.
That's funny. Everybody's labeling the Colts, but I'm leaning towards the Packers. I know the defense for Indy's good, but I think they'll get after Rivers, and he'll throw some picks.
I think so too, but I think it's going to be a tight game.
Yeah.
My prediction is 34-27. I think it's going to come down to a why, because I look at Indianapolis for a sec. Yeah, Rivers is a great quarterback, has many children. I think, 8 children, 7 children, if I'm not wrong. Indianapolis, if they make the postseason, they're a dangerous team. Their defense is fabulous.
Yeah, I think the thing with Indy is you never know which team's going to show up which week, right? I mean, they look great one week, they looked great last week, and the week before they're like, oh, what happened? They don't look good. So, is it in Indy or is it in Green Bay?
It's in Indianapolis, if I'm not wrong.
Okay, so it's in the Dome. I got the Packers winning 27-24.
27-24. I want to bring up the schedule for the NFL. Let's do a time thing here. Thank God for StreamYards. Now, listen. I see the Titans. They were 5-6-0, and they have been struggling since. Now, you look at the Ravens for a sec. They are struggling.
Yeah, I mean, all these teams that were already projected. So, again, you're not sure week to week, and COVID has had a hand in that. I think with the Titans has hurt them some. Baltimore, I don't know. I think everybody's kind of caught on to Lamar Jackson and running the ball, and the Steelers once they've shut him down. So I think other teams have kind of followed suit with the plan on how to stop Baltimore.
I'm going to say this. It's a must-win for Baltimore. It is a must-win because Thanksgiving weekend, they play Pittsburgh at Heinz Field. They lose 6-4. They're going to lose against Pittsburgh. They're going to be 6-5.
Yeah, that's good.
Jackson.
That'll help the Dolphins to sneak in the playoff spot. Then
I'm being serious because, listen,
Dolphins are looking good.
They are, and these two teams, they're a good football team, but the chemistry is not there yet. Lamar Jackson, I think
he needs to throw more and stop running. They've caught on to the running, so if he throws the ball a bit more and less running, I think that will help them.
So who are you picking tomorrow? Tennessee, or are you picking Baltimore? It's in Baltimore.
Is it in Baltimore? Baltimore is usually a tough team at home. You're right. They haven't looked themselves, and the same with the Titans. So again, which team is going to show up? I don't see the Titans losing 3 in a row, but again, Baltimore's lost a couple in a row too. So yeah, like you said, this is really a crucial game, and I'm going to lean towards the home field advantage. I think Baltimore will right the ship, and just because I like Jim Harbaugh, not Jim, yeah, Harbaugh, John Harbaugh, and I don't know. I think Baltimore being at home will get things sorted out.
You know, John Harbaugh kind of looks like you a little bit. You know, he has the little style of you. I see that. You know.
Yeah, I like the well. Again, of course, his brother Jim. It was a great Super Bowl too.
I remember that. That was a horrible call. I was actually going for the 49ers that year.
Don't get me started.
You know, that was bad. That was bad. And then they blamed all the lights came off and it was rigged and all this. I said to myself, give me a break. Give me a break.
Yeah, they just didn't want the 49ers to pass the Steelers. Same with last year's Super Bowl. But again, that's another story for another day.
It is. You got the Lions. You got the Carolina Panthers. Panthers lost 5 straight in a row. They should have won 5 straight. I'm picking Detroit tomorrow.
Yeah, I like the Panthers have actually, again, I know everybody's saying Stafford is back, but the Panthers have actually been a surprise, like with all the draft picks they had. And again, Jeremy Chin, another great guy. I wish the 49ers had drafted for the secondary. He's another up-and-coming star. So the Panthers are really starting to develop. The question is now with Bridgewater out, who's gonna, I think it's PJ Walker now is behind him. So what are the Panthers gonna look like? But you can say that about the Saints too, right? There's so many teams now missing their quarterbacks. What are they gonna look like week to week?
I'm going for the Lions tomorrow. 37-24. I'm gonna pick.
Well, it's funny because I would have said the Lions don't look good on the road, but then they went into Arizona and beat them there. So again, it's hard to pick. I mean, I think it'll be a close game either way. I think the Panthers defense will hold them, but
again, Eagles, Browns. Eagles have won 5 straight games against Cleveland. Mojo,
okay.
I'm going towards the Eagles tomorrow. I think they're going to show up. I think they're going to play. You can nod your head all the time. But this is when the Eagles need to show up, and I think they will show up. I think Carson Wentz will get it done. I think it's going to be a tough game, but I think you guys will win by a touchdown.
It is in Cleveland, and they'll be minus Myles Garrett. So again, I think that'll help. But what's it going to look like for the Eagles team missing 5 key players too? That's the other question.
How's Carson Wentz going to play?
Well, again, because I think that's part of his problem. It's like every week the O-line changes and his receiving core changes. So you don't have a lot of time back there to throw the ball. So this is where picks and interceptions happen. So hopefully the practice this week, he was able to get some chemistry with the receivers.
Oh, and if I can chime in, Carson Wentz has the most sacks.
Interceptions? Oh.
Interception as well.
Or interceptions. I don't know
sacks.
About sacks.
So is it him or is it the old line? That's what I'm not sure about.
I want to ask you that.
I think it's the O-line.
I think it's the O-line as well.
Yeah.
I think 100% it's the O-line because we watched last week's game. 3 seconds he's running around the circle. There's no coverage.
Yeah, reminded me of Steve Young in the old 49ers days, running for his life every snap.
Now, you like Nick Foles, right? You like Nick Foles. You're a fan of Nick Foles. You have the jersey. I got you the jersey on your birthday.
Only when he's in the Eagles uniform.
Only the Eagles uniform.
Or in the Eagles uniform.
Hasn't looked good in the Bears uniform yet.
But I'm asking you this specific question. And be honest with me. I asked you before. You did not give me the right response. Is Carson Wentz the future quarterback for the Philadelphia Eagles if you guys have a healthy team?
No, he has to perform.
Who's behind him? Sudfeld actually hasn't looked too bad sometimes.
Foles was more of a franchise.
But Nick Foles was a backup, if you look at it this way.
It's hard to pay him that money for a backup, but yeah, I agree. I said that combo between Wentz and Foles, I think that was key. And when they decided to get rid of Foles, I think they're struggling.
27 34 in the final tomorrow. Philly wins.
We'll see.
You need to have some hope for your team because I've noticed this year totally no hope.
This year, I have no hope for my team.
No,
Well, like I said, if they lose tomorrow, then they're in a gridlock with the Giants coming down the stretch, and they said the calendar's the schedule is not in their favor.
you look at the New England Patriots. Who thought in the world people betted on them that the Baltimore Ravens were going to go to Foxborough and dismantle them? And it was
I did.
I didn't either. I personally thought, New England's going to go in and they're going to show up to play because they play in bad weather. Boston cold and 4-5, and hey, the odds are still up. These Patriots can still make the postseason. Don't count out Bill Belichick and Cam Newton. Cam Newton's starting to play good football. John,
but the Patriots need their franchise quarterback back.
Their franchise quarterback is gone. You can't bring him back. Tom Brady signed a 2-year contract. He's done. This is a new era. Cam Newton, I have to, you know what? As much as I think he is a child on the field, I got to give him respect. Only one reason I'll give him respect for. One reason I'll give him respect for. Going to New England and just playing his heart out. Playing the best football he can. And I think he's playing the best football. And I think against Seattle, week 2, that was his best performance in his career.
Yeah, no, again, Newton looked great. Again, I think he hasn't been the same since he left the Panthers, but I think he's kind of coming around. Like he's kind of getting back. Again, injury bug has hurt him the last couple of years and not getting a chance. So I think, again, maybe the chemistry's starting to come together. The weather certainly helped them last week, not allowing Lamar Jackson to get going. But it's going to be interesting going into Houston. I know the Dolphins fans are cheering for the Texans to lose. I was saying, if you're a Dolphins fan, do you cheer for the Patriots or the Texans?
David Carruthers, I know he's watching. And
do you want the draft pick or do you want the loss? I think they would take the loss just to keep them down in the division and still keep chasing the Bills.
Patriots will be 5-5. They got a few games that are coming up very easy.
Yeah.
And can they make the playoffs? Absolutely. There's a lot of games, but they got to win. I think Buffalo's going to win that division. But still, you can't count out Bill Belichick.
You know what? I think it's going to come down to week 17. And I can't remember if it's in Miami or it's in Buffalo, but I think that's the game that's going to decide that division because Miami's looked strong and Buffalo's looked great. Should have lost the Hail Mary. Definitely hurt them last week. But I think that division's going to come down. Whoever wins will be week 17. Miami or Buffalo, and I think that can go either way.
So you don't think Buffalo? You don't think Buffalo is going to win the division? Like you don't.
I don't know. I feel bad. So many years of the Buffalo fans. waiting since Jim Kelly era to get back to a Super Bowl. They'll definitely be in the playoffs, but I don't know. It's tough. I think everybody's picked Buffalo to win that division. It's theirs. But I said Miami's really started to show up and look strong. And I see Miami in the playoffs, either a wild card or the division. It's going to come down to week 17. That's my I'm not sure at this point. It's tough to say because it changes week to week.
Great, good question. Who's the MVP? Who's the MVP of the league of right now?
Boy, it's funny because in the beginning of the season, everybody said Lamar Jackson. Well, I don't think it's been him. There's been so many stars or people that have shown up. Of course, of late, Tua, showed up, and Lamar, and also for the Cardinals, Kyler Murray's looked great. So
Ben Roethlisberger for a second. Coming off a year injury, playing fabulous football. Playing his heart out.
Yeah. And that's what they were missing from last year. Again, all those close games they lost, they're now winning. So I was surprised to see that they're 9-0. But again, that's the difference of having a veteran quarterback versus a rookie to get you those wins that normally you'd lose.
Now this guy.
Yeah, I'm pretty surprised myself.
What, the Pittsburgh Steelers are 9-0?
Yeah.
No, I mean, obviously they're going to win that division, but the question is, are they going to hold home field advantage? It's them or the Chiefs. So you haven't gotten to the Chiefs and Raiders game. Who's going to win that one this week or tomorrow?
Yes, I believe who has a great chance of being MVP is Russell Wilson.
Yeah, and I hate to admit it again because he's the opposition, but it's one of those one of those quarterbacks you wish you had on your team. Russell Wilson has been great again, but you look at the receiving core and said, man, Tyler Lockett has just been a lights out receiver for them, and again, DK Metcalf hurt us a few weeks ago with that win. He's been another great again. I'm surprised. So surprised he fell to the end of the second round before somebody picked him up. Could have been the Packers picked him up. Could have been their receiver.
You know what? We never pick up receivers. We never do. We never do. Seriously, we have the only.
Well, they do. They'll pick them up off of waivers.
We should have picked up a lot of good players. Free agent. We should have picked up a guy like AJ Green. People were saying we should pick up Antonio Brown. No, thank you.
Yeah, I'm the same. Because again, he's back, but again, you don't just kind of jump in after 2 years and start playing again. The receiver I was kind of hoping that was available was John Ross from Cincinnati because he wanted out, and I thought, man, there's again another guy from the West Coast would have been a great addition to the 49ers, and I don't know, but he's still available.
Don't be surprised if you guys pick up J.J. Watt. I'm being serious. Don't be surprised.
Yeah, I would love to see that. Again, I think he's a phenomenal player, not just a person, but again, a guy you can put in the locker room that's going to inspire. Again, we've got a lot of great leaders, but because we just lost Quan Alexander with the trade to the Saints, but he was he was injured a lot, but he was a leader in the locker room, and I think JJ's another one of those guys. Yes, he's a great player, but also a great leader on and off the field.
You know your football. I can see that, and I love that about you. You know your football very good, and good for you.
I love sports. I can talk sports all night long. I can talk hockey, football, baseball, whatever you want to talk.
I love that. Packers are winning tomorrow. We're going to win. The Steelers are going to be 10-0. But folks, listen very carefully. That might be a very tough game because remember a few years ago,
they almost beat the Packers.
Yes, we're doing less than 4 points. Listen, yes, the Jaguars are 1-8, but again, the Steelers' offense, they haven't really showed up for the last 3 weeks. Dallas had a great chance of beating them. Last week was a win, but the week before that, they had another chance of losing. So don't count out these Jaguars. They're going to win the Steelers 10-0, but don't be surprised if it's a field goal game. Seriously, don't be surprised.
Yeah, no, and again, because it's in Jacksonville, again, the home, well, I don't know if there's home field advantage, but so again, some teams do better at home than on the road, and I think the Jags, again, the Steelers, great, phenomenal at home, but kind of like the Saints, once you get on the road, it's a little bit iffy.
Mr. Booney, what's your take on the Super Bowl?
Oh, let me finish this. Let me predict. I'll tell you. There's a lot of teams. I got a good feeling. I know it is. Saints are gonna win. I believe the New Orleans Saints are gonna win. I got the Washington football team winning. I got the Minnesota Vikings that are starting to look like the Minnesota Vikings a few years ago. They won 3 in a row. They started 1-5. They're gonna be 5-5.
Hopefully, it's not too late for them.
My prediction: if Big Ben stays healthy, the Packers are going to take it all the way.
You mean Pittsburgh?
No,
You said Big Ben.
I said Big Ben. I made a mistake.
You sure did. Big Ben was not for the
I made a big mistake.
Yes,
My bad.
you sure did. Well, yeah, no. Yes, we stay healthy. We're gonna go to the
My
Super Bowl.
mistake. If you guys stay healthy, I give you guys all the way.
I hope so.
I'll say the NFC title game. We'll say the Packers and the Saints, and the AFC will be Steelers and Dolphins.
You really think the Dolphins are going to go that far?
They said that it's the defense, right? So if you look at last year, Flores, they were winning games with defense. and now they're starting to show what they can do. So who knows? Again, if Tua can stay healthy, but even if he's not, you got still have a good backup who's led the way.
Why are you counting out your Eagles not to go to the Super Bowl? This man is a true fan.
I have no faith.
This man,
No
their
faith.
team is 4-6. 4-6. Most of the players, their quarterback is on. He's saying they could finish 9-7 and make the post. And you have no faith on the other hand? That's a true fan. That's a true Italian, a real 49ers fan.
That's right. Oh, I forgot to mention that. Yeah, Italian blood. No.
So I'm picking.
I'm a true Eagles fan, but I'm honest.
Yeah.
If they stay the way they are, they're not going to go anywhere.
Well, they should at least win the division. I said if they can take out the Cowboys and the Washington team, then hey, anything's possible.
Anything is possible.
Darren is. I said the team they got to watch for now that's coming up from behind is the Giants. Been on the winning streak and looking good with Daniel Jones at the helm.
Another team that is looking good is called, well, once upon a time they were called the Oakland Raiders. Now they're called the Vegas Raiders. Folks, I am picking the Raiders to win. I am picking the Raiders to win. They're going to win two in a row against Kansas City. Yes, Patrick Mahomes is fabulous, but Derek Carr is playing fabulous football. The defense is playing great. John Gruden, one of my favorite coaches of all time. I think he could be one of the best. Raiders win tomorrow by a field goal, 27-24 the final.
Yeah, and again, it's going to be the revenge match. So, I mean, everybody's picking the Chiefs in the revenge match to come back since they lost at home. But again, in that new dome in Las Vegas, who knows? I think it's going to be I think it's going to be a tight game because this one, the Raiders know they have to beat the Chiefs to win that division, and they did it once. Can they do it twice? I don't know. That's going to be a tough one. If I had to pick, I'd lean towards the Chiefs tomorrow, just because I don't think they're going to lose twice to the same team. But I think it's going to be a good battle. I think you're right. It'll come down to a field goal at the buzzer for the win.
What are you picking? Kansas City or Vegas?
I'm going to give it to Vegas.
You're to Vegas? Close one?
It's going to be a close game, but I'm going to give it to Vegas.
I'm going to give it to an upset. I think the Denver Broncos are going to beat the Miami Dolphins. I think it's going to be.
I'm not sure David would agree with you on that one. No.
I see an upset. Teams that are supposed to win, they always lose. So I'm going to go on the opposite. I think tomorrow Monday night will be a tough game. I know if I'm not wrong, if it's in Miami, I think.
No, it's in Denver. So it's in Mile High Stadium there. But I don't, because Locke, I think, is still injured, or if not, he's back to lead the way, because that's been the Broncos' issue. If Locke is in, they've had some games but injured. So, but again, I think that Dolphins defense is going to get after him and lead the way. And if Tua can do his magic, I see the Dolphins winning 28-17.
Now I'm thinking, going back to your question, it could come up to week 17, because if the Dolphins lose, and the Patriots win, they're only a couple of games back.
That's right.
So yes, good knowledge on that.
Well, I said I see the Dolphins at least getting a wild card, so I think that much. Again, I don't see many. Again, if the Chiefs are going to take the West, then the Raiders, I think, have a spot along with the Dolphins.
You got any faith the Patriots can make the postseason?
Personally, no. I think it's. I don't know. I think it's time for a changing of the guard, right? I mean, they've owned that division for how many years, and again, I think Cam is good. They've had a couple of good wins. I just don't see them. There's just too many other good teams in that division. I'll say good, but the Browns again got a shot, or Baltimore. So I mean, there's so many other teams in that wild card race.
The New York Jets, they're like a high school football. They're like the Oak Ridge football team, high school, really.
I went to Oak Ridge.
Yeah?
You're right, though. We're a terrible football team. Good hockey teams, but bad football
Just
teams.
hockey, not football.
Okay, yeah, they got really good hockey teams, and
If you want to go high school for football, go to Clark Road.
Yeah, good old, was it dirt road we call it?
yeah, so, that's another story to tell about this. Picking the Chargers, easy win.
Yeah,
31-7 the final.
yeah, it'll be easy. I think the Chargers. I think Herbert will have a great game, and then Rams and Bucks. Boy, I'm hoping the Bucks again. I think they're at home. Which team's going to show up? Again, it's that Rams defense. Again, I think they'll keep Brady in check. So it's going to be again another tight game.
Let me tell you, I'm picking the Buccaneers to win, and I think it's going to be another tight one. But
Yeah.
don't count out the Rams defense. Jared Goff, don't count him out. 1 week he's good, next week he's horrible.
Yeah, so it's kind of like Carson Wentz, right? I mean, which guy's going to show up which week, right? So again, on the road in Tampa, again, I'm not sure the weather or the conditions, if it's nice California weather for Goff, or if it's going to be miserable rainy weather.
Yeah, so we shall see. That wraps up your Week 11 National Football League. That is, football is just going quickly. It's like a piece of cake. Seriously.
I know. I remember waiting, anticipating the season, and now here we are halfway through. Coming down the home stretch, and already talking about who's making the playoffs. But we were excited just to get to training camp, and those got knocked out training camp and preseason, but just to get week 1.
Will we finish the season off, John? Will we finish the season off?
What? Sorry, what would finish the season?
Finish the season. The NFL. Will the NFL finish the season due to this COVID outbreak?
I believe so. I mean, they're taking some other steps now. Again, they've made it mandatory because before players on the sideline, they didn't have to. But again, I see them tightening the rules, and I think they're going to make it through the season one way or the other. And it's just going to be interesting. I think it's just the fan component. I mean, it's interesting to see the Cowboys in Texas where they can have some fans in the stand, and other stadiums like San Francisco where there's still no fans. So
and
it's made a big difference because, again, the 49ers faithful really depended on the noise and the crowd and the cheering, and not having that. It's impacted, I think, again, these home field advantages non-existent.
You look at Green Bay when we played New Orleans. It was in New Orleans, folks. I think it would have been a different story if New Orleans the fans are there.
Yeah.
Like some of the throws Aaron Rodgers did, he'd probably do it with fans. But
I think it would be great to see if they get to the playoff games, if they would allow some fans for their, some home field advantage. And again, we got to wait and see what are the restrictions. And again, we're hearing the lockdowns and those kind of things happening. So it is scary. And I think the U.S., again, trying to make some adjustments and make things. But again, I think everybody's trying to be compliant. And I know teams and organizations have been very strict with trying to follow the COVID rules, and so they're not impacted. The teams aren't impacted.
Now, you asked a good question. I'm going to ask him first. Predictions to the Super Bowl. Who's going to the Super Bowl this year?
Well, I gave you my early prediction. I said AFC. I know everybody's picking the Chiefs. I'd like to see somebody take out the Chiefs, but I know I'm going to say it's going to come. Buffalo's in there, but I could see either the AFC. Boy, I don't know. Chiefs. I'm going to say Chiefs, Steelers, or Dolphins in the AFC, and the NFC. I can see of course, the Saints and/or the Packers. Again, they're leading there. So
I'm saying to myself, the Steelers and Packers are getting to the Super Bowl.
Boy, that'd be a good old, like the old days.
And do I see the Steelers finishing undefeated this year? I can see it. I really can see it. The only they're going to have teams they're against is Buffalo, I see. Baltimore, maybe, in Indianapolis. That's the only teams that they will have trouble with.
Yeah, and again, the Steelers have been like so many teams winning it with defense, right? So as much as Big Ben's looked great, that's what we talks about, but the defense has really been stellar and stepping up with one of the Watt brothers and some of the other playing lockdown defense and getting after the quarterbacks or pressuring them. So again, that's how they won the game against Baltimore. So can they do that against the Chiefs? Yeah, I don't know, because as I said, Mahomes has been good at getting rid of the ball.
Will the Bills go far to the postseason? Will the Browns make the postseason? Those are questions to still not be answered, I guess. There's a lot of people that saying maybe Cleveland, maybe not. Baker Mayfield, is he the choice in Cleveland? I think he is. But again, he reminds me of a Carson Wentz. A lot of players do remind me of a Carson Wentz because one week he has like 5 TDs and next week he has like 3 interceptions with 100 yards and 1 TD or 1
consistency.
Yeah, you have to have consistency, especially of a quarterback who wants to have a team around. You got to build a team around him. Quarterback is the most important thing. I think it comes down to quarterback and the kicker.
I think as Browns fans, you're happy to see them not in the basement with the Jets. So they've been improving. Same with the 49ers. Go back a couple of years and they were 2-14. They were horrible in some of the draft picks. So again, it's nice to see the Browns progressing. I think they have a shot at making the wild card. Will they go deep? I don't see a deep playoff run, but I see again progress. Right, every year you're progressing.
So you think they got a good chance of going to the divisional? Against a team like the Kansas City Chiefs.
Who are the Browns?
Yeah.
I said they could make the playoffs. I don't see them going deep. So I think they'll make the playoffs and would be a one and done. That's just because, again, going on the road, they've been good at home, but not so much going on the road.
Why do you guys pick up Odell Beckham Jr.? He's a waste in Cleveland. That he's not playing.
Yeah, I know. Again, there's been talk about that. Again, I don't know if it's going to be another kind of Antonio Brown player. And again, how many good years does he have left? I'm not sure. I don't. How many picks? Like, what do you have to? I think it depends on what you have to give up to what you're getting.
It's going to be interesting. What do you think? Super Bowl. What do you think?
It's pretty tight.
It is tight. It can go either way. It can go from a wild card team that wins the Super Bowl, or it could be a team like the Pittsburgh Steelers.
I give it to Green Bay.
You think Green Bay? Wow.
I give it to Green Bay.
You really said that on live television. Oh, okay.
And it's not because you're in Green Bay.
What's it because?
Just because that's what I think.
You think the Green Bay Packers? I think.
Well, again, what the Packers have in their favor is again the defense, right? Because so many years the defense has taken a knock, but they've stepped up. Again, the running game has stepped up. So all the areas I think that they were hurting at, seem to be clicking now. They have, again, a year under Matt LaFleur. They've looked strong, and the running games look good, and the passing game, of course, has always been good. So, but again, the defense. So you need all three of those aspects to bring it together to make them a solid team and a solid run.
We shall see. John, I want to thank you seriously for coming on the show.
Hey, it's been a pleasure.
Do you have anything else to say?
Go 49ers. I said I'm just hoping that we can make if we can make the wild card, that would be a win for this year, given everything they've been through. So
you really got faith in making the wild card.
I know at the beginning of the year the goal was to get back to the Super Bowl, but just looking at the the first string, the majority are out really for the season. So I think just getting to the playoffs will be a win, and then rebuild and look to next year.
We shall see. John, it was my pleasure having you on, and thank you very much. And hopefully I can talk to you soon. I will actually make a phone call to you tomorrow to ask you some things, and we shall talk then. Thank
Look
you.
forward to that. Great. Thanks, guys. Pleasure talking with you, and look forward to more sports talk. So maybe we can talk about the Leafs and
Yeah.
where the hockey season's going next time.
Yes, for sure. Next week we'll do that. Thank you. Well, I want to thank you once again, John Bruschetto, for coming on. And, a great man, wise, intelligent, knows his sports, and he believes that the 49ers are going to make the postseason. Now, I know, Bruschetto, you're watching backstage still. Hey, 49ers make the playoffs. We're going down to Wellington. We're going to have that nice 2.5-inch of ribeye steak. Let's move on to the next business about the WWE Survivor Series. And I know you're a big wrestling fan. And the reason you're here today is because we want to talk wrestling.
Of course.
And I know you have your Eagles uniform on, but let's talk about Roman Reigns. Yes, believe that. Tomorrow on the WWE Network for $9.99 US, WWE Champion Drew McIntyre to battle the Universal Champion Roman Reigns. Mojo, who are you picking for that?
Reigns.
And why are you picking Roman? What's the reason behind that? I know you like him, but give me some.
I think it's too soon to bring McIntyre that big.
You think too soon to do McIntyre?
I think it's way too soon.
You think so, huh?
Yeah.
So you're picking Roman Reigns for tomorrow. And I know Paul Heyman's his advocate. You're not a big fan of Paul Heyman.
I hate Paul Heyman just to get out there on national live TV. I think Paul Heyman's a walrus.
He's a walrus, huh?
He's a talking walrus.
Well, let me tell you something.
And he's so annoying. Even though they give him the saying for every night, my name is Paul Heyman, and I'm the advocate of the big dummy, which is no more Brock
Lesnar,
who lost the title to Roman Reigns and lost the Walrus as well to Roman Reigns. So Roman Reigns became a believer to the Walrus.
Now,
Paul Heyman.
listen, a lot of potential for Drew McIntyre tomorrow night. I'm telling you, I believe Drew McIntyre is going to have the double champion. And I'll tell you why. He's better. He has a better mouth. He's a better actor. And Vince McMahon is very impressed by Drew McIntyre. If you look at him a few years ago, he was nobody. He was nothing to nobody. You weren't even a fan of him. He was a small guy. He was backstage with, Uso.
Just like Jinder Mahal.
Yeah, like Jinder Mahal.
was like this.
Yes.
And now look at him. He's like this.
Yeah, but Jinder Mahal,
After what?
a year or so, but you're going to see this McIntyre. He's not going to be like a Jinder Mahal. No. He's not going to be Jinder
Where's
Mahal.
Jinder Mahal?
Jinder Mahal is,
They made him so big, and now where is he?
I don't know where he is. But do you remember, let's talk about the time we went to Toronto when
That one guy started bawling his eyes out, and I just couldn't stop laughing.
I think it was Randy Orton against Jinder Mahal, folks. And me and my brother, a.k.a. Mojo, are sitting a couple rows back from this East Indian guy. A nice guy. He has the turban on. He's looking good. When Randy Orton gave the RKO and that 1, 2, 3 and that bell rang, my brother and I looked at each other, and all you see this guy bawling his eyes out, throwing the belt, screaming his head off. It was like he lost one of his family members, his mom. And do you remember he came up to you?
Yeah, and I started laughing at him. He told me to F off.
Yeah. So.
And I told him, I'm like, hey, Jinder Mahal is going to lose to Randy Orton.
And he didn't even lose. It wasn't even a title shot. It was just a single match.
That's all it was.
So, do we see?
But still, that's a true fan.
But you don't go to that, okay?
Some people do go that level.
to throw the belt and almost lose your belt, a $500+ belt, and do that. Like
that's what got me laughing.
You were going to even pay for that belt. We thought it was $50, but we looked a little bit closer. It was $500.
I'm not paying $450 plus tax, $500 for a belt like that. Yes, I'm a wrestling fan. I'd rather spend that much money on a jersey than on a belt. But to go back on my words, I just might, if it comes to London, I just might buy the championship belt.
How would we split on it? $250 each. When you have it for a week, I have it for a week, and we'll have a match. We'll fight for the title, me and you.
We'll see. I don't know. We'll see.
It'll be great. It would be really good.
What are we going to do? The Joe Sports Channel show?
Yeah, we'll have a Joe Sports Channel. We'll have a little ring. I'll get like a little ring. Bring John and us from Lubbock, Texas. It'll be great. Be really, really good. We have Josiah as the commentator. John, be fabulous. It would be absolutely fabulous. Now, you want to talk about an amazing match tomorrow night. Raw Women's Champion Asuka versus the SmackDown Women's Champion Sasha Banks.
I'm giving it to Sasha.
You're giving it to Sasha? Why so?
I don't know, to be honest. I don't think Asuka should be that big right now.
You think she's just one of those women that come in and they're just there for the time and they just drop her?
Yeah, that's what's
Or do you
gonna
see
happen.
her? Or do you see her potential kind of going whoop, whoop, kind of like a Kelly, like a Nikki Bella? Do you see her as one of
No, I
those?
see she's gonna drop pretty soon.
You think she's gonna drop very soon?
Yeah.
Because they're giving her a lot of good opportunity, like WrestleMania against Charlotte Elizabeth Flair. Charlotte's been out for months on end. Hopefully, she'll be back soon. Prayers to her, and she's engaged to a fabulous man named Andrea, and beautiful couple there. So again, so much potential in the NFL, so much potential in the WWE. Like, thanks to Vince Kennedy McMahon, as much as you don't like him. Now,
I think she's only big because of her last name. If it wasn't because of her last name and her father, I don't think she'd be that big.
you don't think so?
No. And she says it. She said it a couple of times that everybody compares her to her father, Ric Flair.
You gotta
Which
look at it
to
like
me
you gotta look
is
at.
so true. When you're a second generation superstar, you'll always be in that first generation shoe. Doesn't matter how good you are or how bad you are.
But you got to give her credit. She is a fabulous women's champion. She's unbelievable for her height, for her size. You got to give her respect. As much as you don't like Ric Flair, Mr. Mojo, as much as you don't like him, you
Never
got to
did,
give.
never will.
But you got to give respect to Charlotte. The matches with Sasha Banks, Hell in a Cell. Asuka.
Sasha brought the best out in Charlotte.
But it was great. You got to give respect for both opponents.
Actually, you know what? I'll say for both. They both brought the best out in each other.
Like, are we going to see Charlotte beating her father? Yes, possibility. When? I don't know. How long does Charlotte have in the company? I give her 5-6 years. She's going to be an actor. She's going to be in Hollywood soon. She's a good actor. But let's talk about another interesting match. Raw Tag Team Champions, The New Day, versus the SmackDown Tag Team Champions, the Street Profits. Now, I am tired of the New Day. I am absolutely.
They are
down
now.
for it.
Why are they still called the New Day? Sorry to interrupt you, Joe.
No, I
The
like that.
act is so old. Now they should be called Old Day, not New Day, or The Day.
Like,
Old Day or just The Day. No more New Day, because they're old.
you brought a good point up. Do you remember
And
when
the power of the unicorn.
remember in London, the unicorn was $25.
How would that have spent $25 on a unicorn?
And they were sold out. And the unicorn was like, you put it right here, and it would be like this little pointy thing. And I'm looking at myself, and people are wearing it all around.
And you see
Okay.
all these kids wearing it, doing this, and the unicorn just. Woo, woo. Sorry, Joe. I know this is supposed
No,
to be a
you
serious
gotta have
show.
some laughter on Joe Sports Channel. When you're in the
Maybe
room,
I should get the unicorn and
why don't you
wrap
make
it
one?
around my head, or just make one and wrap it around and.
Put the
Woo!
Oh man! Again, my point is they're not called the New Day. They should just split up like the Shield did. Seriously.
That's what they tried to do. Look at what they did with the draft. Now the New Day is just. I lost my thoughts. Sorry, guys. Kofi Kingston and huge wrestling fan, but my mind's not with me. Sorry, fans.
Kofi Kingston, Big E.
And now Big E is not there no more. They're trying to split them up, which will eventually happen. But what brings the fans to the stands for Vince McMahon, he's going to keep them.
But do you really think the fans are really enjoying the New Day still? Till today?
Yes.
Your
think-
age?
Not my age, no. If you want to go with the 7s, 8s, 9s, 10-year-olds, kids, yes. But 35, 40, no. 20s, no.
I'm over it. I really am over it.
I loved it when they first came out.
Remember,
Now-
New Day, like it was good, but
New Day sucks.
New Day sucks. New Day sucks. New Day sucks. And I remember when we were in London, and the New Day, it says New Day rocks. And remember this older gentleman who came up to it, New Day sucks. And they went
And
from
now they
New
brought
Day-
what? The Street Profits come out with their little red plastic cups. What's that supposed to be? They're a bunch of drunks trying to teach kids all they do is drink and go to the ring.
Yeah, it's another good point. Now, I want to talk
And you
about
get the New Day, your new WWE
W.E.
World Tag Team Champions. What the heck is this? You guys tell me, what's this?
Settle down. Oh boy, it's been a while, folks.
It's wrestling.
It's been a while. This man has been on live television on Joe Sports. But hey, listen. My point is, the act is over. The act is old. Move on. They're great wrestlers, and they can fight on their own. Now, I'm very interested in another match. But before that, what's it with this word, this text message, and
Oos.
name thing is oos? What is this oos?
I don't know what OOS even stands for.
But you've been calling me oos since a month and a half ago.
Because you're not OOS. I think OOS means bro.
Did you get that from the
Instead of saying
Usos?
Bro, I call it the OOS.
Did you get it from the Usos?
Not just because they're Usos.
You just said oos.
Just OOS.
Because Mr. Laurinaitis has started calling me oos.
I'm the one who started OOS. He just took it from me.
You know? Oos. Like, you know? Now,
He called me the other night.
John,
Yeah, Johnny called me the other night
What
from
do you-
Lubbock, Texas.
what do you say?
OOS, what's up, man? Tell Joe Booty that I might, but I don't know yet. I might come down for Survivor Series.
Well,
I might spend the weekend, but I don't know yet.
I don't
Just
know.
tell him.
I don't know if he can because of the border situation.
And that's another thing.
You know, because I've talked to him a couple days ago, and he told me, you know, Joe, I'd love to come down. I haven't been down to Canada in over 6 months plus. He's not sure. You know, he has a lot of business here. He does a lot of, I'm not going to say it on here, he does a lot of international. He does a lot of things in Canada. He owns a lot of property here and there. But at the same time, it would be nice to have him down here. I would be shocked. I'd be blown away if he could fly down here, if he could find a way, but I don't think so. And I know, John, you'll be watching this later on, and I know it's killing you. You need to come to Canada. I miss you, man. I miss you. But take care of yourself. Seriously, take care of yourself. And don't call me Oos, like I heard from this guy. Oos.
I'm the King OOS.
What am
You're
I?
just OOS. I'm King OOS.
So what is John Laurinaitis?
OOS?
Oos? Okay. United States champion Bobby Lashley versus Intercontinental champion Sami Zayn. Two clowns fighting for each other.
Don't care. One match, I honestly
Don't
don't care for.
I don't care.
The Hurt Business? Come on now.
Okay.
Usos? I don't know anymore what to do with the Usos.
You got the 5-on-5 women's Survivor Series elimination match. You got the 5-on-5 men's Survivor Series elimination match. It's, you know, I think Survivor Series is going to be good. Now, is The Undertaker going to pass the torch to the Fiend tomorrow night.
I believe so. That's what they're trying to do, I think.
You think so?
But we'll see what's going to go on.
Because people are
with that
saying,
one.
have you seen the Bray Wyatt and Alexa Bliss? Do you like that? The
Not
goddess?
Not really.
Alexa Bliss and Bray Wyatt?
No.
You don't like that?
No, I don't like it.
Why don't you like that? Because I think it's a good idea. One says that she's a goddess, the other one is the Fiend. They kind of, have same acts.
Me, honestly, I just think it's stupid.
Yeah.
I just think it's stupid. Why? I don't know. Usually, I never have a reason or a prediction behind why I say what I say. It's just what comes to the heart and to the mind. It just comes out.
Okay. But tomorrow will be the last time you see The Undertaker. Is that what you're saying?
As much as I like The Undertaker, but I hope so.
Fair enough.
And I hope we never, off The Undertaker, I just hope we never see Brock Lesnar again. I do not like
What's
that
it
guy.
with you and the hate between you and Brock? Seriously, man. Like if you had a phone call right now, a phone call or a meeting, or he's outside, you're not gonna go up to him and say, "Hey, Brock, how you doing, man?" You know, shake his hand, give him some respect.
No, I'll come shake his hand and I'll spit on him. I'm like, I think you're a piece of garbage. I never liked you from day one. Not even in UFC. I think you are just a piece of garbage.
Did you really
Of all
just say
time.
that?
Yep. Even if you came, I'll give you my autograph for free. I'd walk away from him.
You would. So you would
I would
cover.
spit in his face and walk away.
Or you
and
think
not get his autograph for free.
You think if you spit in his face, you think you're gonna walk away free? Is that what you think?
Whether I walk away free or deal with the consequences, I really don't care. That's how much I despise that guy. Never liked.
If I bring Brock Lesnar on the show, and I want you here, and I want you to say the same thing to
I
him.
would literally cut him up like, Lesnar, I think you're a piece of shit. And that's just my opinion. You probably have 100 fans out there, millions and millions of fans out there, but I'm not one of them.
Great question. Who do you think would win, Mike Tyson or Brock Lesnar UFC match? Brock Lesnar.
Tyson.
Because you hate Brock.
No,
Yes.
I don't
Yes.
like Tyson either. After what he did to Holyfield, bit him in the ear.
Okay.
I think that's what's going to happen. I think Tyson will bite Lesnar in the ear. And that's it.
Man, you got a lot of hate against Brock. Tyson's can shatter ribs, yeah. You know? There's so much going on. There's so much going on in this world, and
But Lesnar can break arms.
Lesnar can break anything.
Lesnar will break his neck to Tyson.
If you wanted to put it into this, okay. Brock Lesnar, he's a beast. Not too many people can knock him out. And when he gets knocked out, he gets knocked out. But not too many people can get knocked out. Because you look at it. He's a beast. He's a big boy. He's from Minnesota. He's a hunter. Stone Cold and him go hunting every year.
So,
You know, great guy. Great guy. Yeah, he doesn't like to be around crowds. Yeah, there's a lot of people like that, folks. But doesn't mean you got to hate the guy because you don't like his act or you don't like how he fights in the octagon or in the WWE ring. Seriously, Mojo, you look at it like this. How can you hate a guy if you don't know him? You hate the man. You hate him. I have never seen a person that hates a man like Brock like you do. Would you like to apologize?
no. I don't go back on what I say, and I don't apologize for what I say.
I played it out with you. Gotta have some little fun on the show. Guys, it's going to be interesting. Now, I heard you're sleeping here tonight. Is that true?
Yes.
Well, I can't be more thrilled and thankful having you on my side. Seriously, this is a dream that comes true. And, Mojo, going back to when I was a little kid and all that, you raised me and You got me to sports. You got me a lot of hats and all this. You've been through a lot, many surgeries over the years.
Yeah.
But let me tell you something, man. You're a fighter, and there's a reason why you.
And now they said I got you in the sports, I got you in everything.
Yeah.
I got you to like the Toronto Make Me Laughs, and I walked away from them.
Yeah, you did walk away from them. You know.
And I went to the Montreal Canadiens from Toronto.
Yeah. Montreal. You know, there's rumors going around. Maybe Zdeno Chara gets picked up.
I think he's too old. He's just tall, and he has a stick. But just to tell you guys the truth, that's something Montreal needs. They need a big defenseman.
We have a man if he wants to come up. Cameron, if you want to come up, I got a few minutes left. If you want to come up, I sent you the link on the comment section. So if you want to come up, I'll give you a few minutes. If not, we gotta get some rest. Today I was at school. My brain was hurting all day, but I have to come on here and perform at the highest level. Last night I had Joe Boland. Thank you for your comments. I really appreciate that. It was a great show. Today was a great
just
show.
to say it on here and on live. So I interrupt you, Joe.
No, it's okay. Absolutely, you can interrupt me anytime you want.
Or as I love to call you, and you get upset, Mr. Oos, as he rolls his eyes. That was an amazing show. I wish I could have finished it all.
It was a good show.
But I got a phone call, and then I went to go back on, and it wouldn't let me back on the link.
It might have finished because it was like about a 45-minute show.
Probably.
It might have finished because it was about a 45-minute show, 46-minute show. It was something like that.
And I wonder if you're on there. I'd like to give a shout out to my brother Rob.
Yes. Yes. You know, actually, we have, before we leave tonight, we got this amazing man. He's a Patriots fan. Likes the Knights. Well, let's bring him up to the panel. How are you, Cameron?
What's up, man?
How are you, buddy?
Sorry, watching on my laptop and watching on my phone.
It's okay. It's okay. How's your day going, buddy?
Pretty good.
I can't see him.
Um,
Oh, there you
I do have an opposite opinion than you guys, though, with the Mike Tyson thing. Mike Tyson could destroy Brock Lesnar.
Well, he said Mike Tyson, right? He's on your side. He's on your side.
Mike Tyson is just – he's a phenomenal fighter. He's a beast.
Well, he's absolutely. I have a lot of respect for him. I do have a lot of respect.
You know what? I'll requote myself. When he's in his prime.
Yes, you're right. You're right.
No, he's fabulous. If you looked at his videos on Instagram and Twitch and on Twitter, on YouTube, he's fabulous. Could he beat Brock?
I hate that
Anything-
guy.
anything is possible.
I'll go against Brock. I hate that guy with a passion. I despise that guy.
Hey, Joe, did you like my comment earlier?
Mike Tyson just knock him out in one punch.
Did you like my comment earlier on the YouTube? Brett Favre is a better quarterback than Aaron Rodgers was?
Let's go back. Oh, yeah, I wanted to go back to that. Wait. So you said Brett Favre was a better quarterback than Aaron Rodgers. Why do you say that?
Well, just look at the guy. The guy was producing on a very high level for many years, and there's been Aaron Rodgers slumps. There's been slumps where you guys aren't playing at your greatest. And when Brett Favre was around, you guys were always putting up numbers.
Let me stop you for a second and have the brakes on. I hope you don't go forward. I don't want you to crash on this one. But you got to stop for a second and look at this. We had receivers back in the days. We had great teams over the years.
You're right. You're right.
Aaron Rodgers, since the Super Bowl we won, we had nobody. All we had Jordy Nelson, we have Devontae Adams, we had Donald Driver, we had those few guys. But look at us now for the last 3-4 years, nothing, nobody. Who do we have? Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is the man that is making the Green Bay Packers. Take Aaron Rodgers out, they're nothing. Yes, Brett Favre was great there, but I disagree with him. I think Aaron Rodgers is a better quarterback, and I think he's going to prove it this year. If the Packers win the Super Bowl, you're going to come back to me and you're going to say, wow, Joe is actually right. Aaron Rodgers has 2 Super Bowls, and Favre only has 1. It's a debate. I like both. I love both. I respect both.
I'm a Favre fan.
You know, I do like.
Yeah,
both.
I'm a Favre fan. I'm a huge Favre fan. I was actually a Packers fan before I was a Patriot fan.
Oh, you can be
I
upset.
was actually a Packers fan before I was a Patriots fan, and I was obsessed with Brett Favre. I loved Brett Favre.
Yeah, I was too. When it was
My
Minnesota,
mom,
too.
my mom was a huge Brett Favre fan. So
Yeah,
she
we-
just kind of naturally rubbed off on me, and then I moved in with my dad, and I've become a Patriots fan ever since, regardless of who's
But man, we
on
had
the field. I don't care. As long as we still have Julian Edelman, I'm happy.
we had receivers back then that were great. Okay, we don't have receivers like we had back
Shannon
then.
Sharp.
We're drafting quarterbacks that shouldn't be drafted. Like Aaron Rodgers said, there's a waste of a pick. Pick up a few receivers for that, for the love of God. Devontae, we have
Yeah.
Devontae as other receivers. Like,
Look, just remembering the receiving core that you guys had, like the main name that sticks to mind is Shannon Sharp, and he was crazy,
a lot of it, he was
dominant force.
I love him, and I miss him. I really do. Miss him a lot.
And then didn't he go to the Broncos afterwards?
I think he did. I think he went for a year or so, a year or two. Check
Yeah,
that.
I think. Yeah,
If you
I'm
want-
fact checking right now.
You want some apple juice, Mojo?
Oh, sure.
Look at this, folks. I even get Brother Mojo having apple juice. There you go.
Okay.
Oh, you can drink alcohol beer, you know. Enjoy. This is all yours.
Alcoholic or
Yeah,
non-alcoholic?
he went to Denver. Yeah, he went to Denver, then he went to Baltimore, and then back to Denver, and then he retired in 2003.
Wow. Well, that's it's been a while. I was 3 years old, but I watched his highlights and all that. You know,
Shannon Sharp was a beast.
he was one to never forget. You know, and a good friend of mine has not his rookie card, but it's not like a bobblehead, but it's like a figurine, like one of these things. He has Shannon Shark. He has Barb Star. It's like one of these.
Yeah,
Like the rookie.
figurines.
One, yeah. And it's really good. And I was looking at it when you showed me on FaceTime the other day. I says, "Man, you really have that?" I says, "Yeah." I says, "How much you get it for?" I says, "He got the whole box for $5. He has Larry Bird as his rookie card. So many things that are worth a lot of money. Like $5 for the whole box. That's a steal."
You know how bad I want a Randy Moss jersey?
You want one?
I want a Patriots Randy Moss jersey.
Do you want one?
Yes.
Do it. Okay.
Yes, that's been like one of the best guys that was ever on our team was Randy Moss, Julian Edelman, Tom Brady.
So you have Tom Brady. Do you have Julian Edelman?
No, I do not. I
Do you
only
want
have the
Edelman
Tom
jersey?
Brady. Hell yes, Joe.
Okay.
If I ever do get a jersey, off topic, off my team, is Dak Prescott. Get his number.
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
Print your
whoa,
name
whoa, whoa, whoa,
and
whoa.
number.
One
Dak
sec.
Prescott.
1 sec. 1 sec.
And I hated that quarterback.
That is the most
And I hated that
disrespectful
quarterback.
thing you said to yourself and to Eagle Nation.
Okay.
You guys
You
should
want
hate
more
that.
disrespect on your show to my team?
Be disrespectful as much as you can.
This is your hat.
Okay. Look at this guy. Oh, boy.
If there's one jersey I want aside from a Patriots jersey, it would have to be a Marshawn Lynch.
I'd never get his jersey.
I want a Marshawn Lynch jersey.
I would never get his jersey.
The jersey I want is Devontae Adams. But make an Eagles jersey, not a Green Bay jersey.
You can't. I'm
Because
sorry.
I'll
You can't.
never wear a Green Bay. Yeah, I can.
No, you
Create your
can't.
name.
On NFL.com, you can customize
Yeah, I know.
jerseys.
NFL.com, get a 00, create your own name, and
That looks stupid.
just put a name and see
Stupid.
what any
Stupid.
Packers fan would say other than you. The world.
Oh yeah, you're gonna
On
get
your
a,
show.
you're
They'd
gonna
be like, what the hell? Like, why?
Well, see what they say on your
chat.
feed here, your chat. See what somebody says.
You
Even
get,
Uncle Ab.
you get a few slaps on in Wedwick Small.
Let's see what Uncle Ab would say if I pull on your show
Devontae Adams
with Devontae Adams jersey
on an Eagles thing.
on the Eagles.
Don't wear that to my house. Don't wear that. You'll be long gone. But listen, no. If you want a Randy Moss jersey and you want a Julian Edelman, this is a sports show, guys. But I make a deal with you. I'll give you 50% off. I know a lot of good people who actually have jerseys. They come from Arizona, and I'll talk to one of my good friends tomorrow or the next day when he's free, and I can ask him what he can do. They're authentic. They're real. the heavy material. They're very, very. They're like kind of.
Yeah, do me that
describe
favor
it like
with
this.
Devontae Adams.
Well, you're not getting a Devontae Adams in a Philadelphia Eagles jersey.
And the Philadelphia Eagles jersey.
Like this.
Go on your
It's
show.
like this quality, like real, like the real deal. Like
Chara, you're talking about my team.
so. That's
Where's my team's jersey?
upstairs. It's expensive, but I'll see what I can do.
All right.
I'm not sure how much you're willing to pay for a jersey.
I don't care. Just give me a price and I'll figure
Okay.
it out somehow.
I'll ask him. It's worth it. And
Yeah,
like I said,
it definitely is.
a Devontae Adams jersey in the Eagles jersey. Absolutely not.
And
If I
me
ever did-
being a Patriots fan, it's more for like collectors than anything.
Get a Cam Newton jersey. They're nice. Just the one. It looks really good. It's like a nice jersey, the white.
Yeah, the jersey number 1 just looks good.
I would never support that guy.
I support Cam Newton, not because he's a Patriot, but because he's got that work ethic. He'll strive to make himself better.
Yeah.
Like when he played for the Panthers. In my opinion, the Panthers Cam 2015 MVP Cam, best Cam Newton. If we could have that kind of Cam Newton on the Patriots, I'd be happy.
No, to me, that Cam Newton was a crybaby.
But in all reality, he won MVP and went to a Super Bowl.
So true.
How can you really debate that, right?
I'll debate with you when the ball was fumbled. He was looking around to his teammates. Yeah, pick up the ball. And he had like 10 seconds to look, and I think it was Von Miller pick up the ball, and they ran to the 1 yard. Then that's how they lost the game. Just pick up the ball, but he was lazy. You know, he was lazy.
It wasn't the fact that he was lazy. He didn't want to get hurt by diving in the pile. He's even said that in his
Super
interview.
Bowl, man. Super Bowl 50. Like these
Yeah, but do you really want to put your body at risk when you're the quarterback?
These players, absolutely, you can't. Like Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, any quarterback would do that, but I guess Cam Newton was he didn't want to do it. Oh yeah, I was gonna get hurt.
Tom Brady.
You know, anybody would have picked up the
I have
ball.
no respect for that guy.
What?
Don't know.
Yeah,
I have no respect.
Greatest quarterback of all time.
To me, it doesn't matter.
He's the greatest statistical quarterback of all time, most winningest quarterback in all of history. How can you have so much disrespect for a man who has literally put the league on his back for the past 20 years?
What is your hate again?
He's
What are you-
starting to get greedy.
start to get greedy.
I want this. I want that. I want this. I want that.
You know what's my favorite ring? The next one. My favorite Tom Brady quote of all time.
Is the next one?
Yep.
He
You
won't
want
be.
to know my favorite ring? The next one.
He won't get that. This
He's
year.
not going to get the next one this
Not how they're
year
playing.
or year after that.
They're not good.
Uh,
Hard to say. Seeing that performance against New Orleans in Tampa Bay, I don't care.
oh yeah, that was ass. That was terrible.
Oh, that was horrible.
To me, Brady's not a buck.
No, he's a Patriot.
He's a full-blooded Patriot.
He fits the Patriots schematic,
The system. He fits the
the
system.
system.
Robert Kraft. But there's blood between Belichick and Robert Kraft and Tom Brady. Sorry to say, but there is.
It's mainly the fact that Robert Kraft wanted to keep Brady back when Garoppolo got traded out.
Yeah, go.
Kraft wanted Brady. Belichick wanted Garoppolo. Belichick and Brady had bad blood. Belichick and Kraft had bad blood because they wanted two different guys. Tom Brady just did not want to put up with that shit anymore. He wanted to go chase the bag. He wanted to go secure his money.
So true.
You know, Tom Brady.
Come back to what I said. He got greedy.
You're right. He did get greedy.
I
And now
disagree.
he's getting paid so much money right now to play terribly.
You know who I'd like to see win the Super Bowl this year?
Who?
San Fran. And why? So Jimmy G can say, hey, I can win myself a ring and not under your stupid ass. I can win it on my. and
Jimmy
I
G
don't-
almost did that last year.
Last year they had 7 minutes on the clock and they couldn't get it done.
Jimmy G was so close.
Jimmy
So
G's a
close
horrible.
to getting it done.
Jimmy G's a horrible quarterback.
I have so
He's
much respect.
average.
I'll tell you who is average. You want to know what real average is in the NFL? Let's talk about Teddy Bridgewater, who's I think he's better than Jimmy G. Keep
Average.
it healthy, Bridgewater. That's average.
Average.
Jimmy G can't run. Can't run. And when he runs,
That's the point of Jimmy G.
it's like,
He's
a
a pocket
little,
passer.
a little snap. But you have to have a little bit of ability to move around the pocket, like a Ben Roethlisberger, like an Aaron Rodgers. They don't run, but they know where to go. Look at Russell Wilson. He's one of the most smartest quarterbacks out there. He knows when to run, and he knows when he needs to, and he does not get injured.
Hey, look at Tom Brady at Super Bowl 51. He ran.
But he
was
did on the
slow.
smart way. Smart.
He
was
was
smart.
slow, but he ran.
But this guy takes a risk.
Very smart.
So going back to your point,
What point?
I respect Jimmy G as a human being, absolutely. I don't hate anybody. But as a quarterback for the 49ers, absolutely not.
Why?
Sorry to say. Why?
Yeah, why, Joe?
Because he's not consistent. That's why. Look at the game last year in that championship game. Aaron Rodgers had more yards than Jimmy G. He threw the ball more. The reason why we lost that game because the running game. That's what it was.
Yeah, the
He's
San
not-
Fran running game is crazy.
He's not, I'd love to see the guy, but he's not consistent. He tries to act like a Tom Brady. Yeah, I'm over. Yeah, I look like. No, I'm sorry, man. Just act like yourself. Just act like yourself.
I agree with you to a certain extent, Joe. He's not Tom Brady. He will never be Tom Brady.
Not consistent.
Nobody will ever be Tom Brady. You'll never find that 6th-round
Well,
draft
let's
pick
stop
who
you for a
becomes
second.
a
Let's stop.
Hall of Famer.
A very close quarterback will come to this Patrick Mahomes if he stays healthy like that.
I don't know. You'll never
Listen.
find that 7th
No.
round or that 6th-round draft pick who becomes a Hall of Famer. That's once in a lifetime.
I'm a Holmes fan.
Mahomes would be a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
Yes, he will be a Hall of Famer. I'm not taking that away from the guy. He will definitely be a Hall of Famer, but he's not a 7th-round draft pick.
No, he isn't.
Think about that. Tom Brady was drafted with the 199th pick,
Yeah, overall.
and
He had
he
no-
pushed his way into being a Hall of Famer. He was nonstop work ethic, no
remember
matter what.
he was running, how slow he was, but he tried.
He was slow, and he got the first down. He did it.
You remember a few years
Great.
ago, he was like, I think it was against the Eagles, and he dropped the ball. Remember that? Edelman threw it to him. Remember that? And then all the rumors around, he couldn't catch the ball, and then Nick Foles caught that when they lost, when the Eagles defeated the Patriots a few years ago.
Well, you do realize that Tom Brady had a hand surgery the day before that game, right? His right hand.
I think so, but I'm still not giving. I'm not here to give excuses.
Like, I'm not giving excuses either, but I'm just saying he had a hand surgery before that game.
Was it for this?
He definitely, yeah, on his right hand, and it was a big laceration across his palm.
That's crucial.
Yeah, and he just, again, he wasn't playing smart football either.
Yeah.
He wasn't being Tom Brady how I know him. Tom Brady, how I see him, is pinpoint accuracy, very rare amount of turnovers, that kind of Tom Brady. Yeah, we didn't have that against the Eagles. The Eagles, sorry to say it, but they dominated us.
Yeah, you guys did dominate against the Patriots that game. I'm going to go to the final
You
score.
guys beat us, and I'll give the respect where it's due. You took us off our helm. Our reign of terror was over the second that the Eagles won that Super Bowl.
Yeah.
That was it. Tom Brady was demoralized. There was no more good Tom Brady play.
Yeah.
And I think that's where it all went downhill.
And that was the year I was so happy.
Remember that.
Not just because I'm an Eagles fan, just because I do not like the Patriots. And once again, I don't like Brady. And that's just me.
I cried at the end of that game. I actually cried.
What kind
And
of
the
picture?
reason why I cried is because the Eagles have never won a Super Bowl until that Super Bowl. Why did it have to be against the Patriots that you guys won?
Yeah.
Why us?
And he had a fabulous game, fools. That game.
Yeah, Foles had a great game.
Because Foles had a great game and we were healthy. Not like this year. We don't have Foles and our line is not healthy.
Stop you for a sec.
I'm sorry, but
Poor
Foles would have been a
fool.
way better starting quarterback.
Before Fools, who had that amazing season, number 11.
Carson
Wentz
Wentz.
had an amazing season that year.
And you're the one who got me this jersey.
I did. I'm sorry. Yeah,
For
it
my
was-
birthday.
that was.
And I told you I wanted Carson Wentz.
I don't think it's free, but I think it's when you came, it was free recovery. Remember?
Or my recovery, whichever. You got
It might
this
have
for
been
me as a
free.
gift.
Remember whatever it was. But Wentz had a.
Nick Foles should have been the starting quarterback for the Eagles this year.
But he had some slumps. He had some slumps.
But my
Yes,
most
he
favorite
definitely had his slumps.
is Russell Wilson.
Russell Wilson. And why?
I have no idea why. I just like Russell Wilson.
Well, I'm going to name a quarterback that nobody ever talks about anymore, and that's Donovan McNabb.
Donald McNabb. Remember McNabb?
McNabb, he was great.
Yeah, he was the reason why I left the 49ers when I was young. I was just a kid. I was a
He went to the
49er,
Eagles.
and then I became an Eagles fan.
There was so many times where the Patriots dominated the Eagles. Why couldn't it have been in that Super Bowl?
How about Eli Manning? The man that Tom Brady can't beat.
Eli, I'm so glad he's retired. Eli was just, no.
He's a future Hall of Famer.
Luckiest plays in Super Bowl history.
It seems like Joe.
This-
I don't like
this-
any
you-
star.
You know,
quarterback.
listen, this guy does not like Eli Manning, Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers. You don't like any great quarterback who's a future Hall of Famer or who'll be in the Hall of Fame.
I got Russell Wilson.
Russell, I can respect that pick. That definitely.
But why don't you like Aaron
Definitely.
Rodgers?
Russell Wilson.
Why don't you like them? Because I like them. Because for some reason, when I like stuff, you don't like. Explain it to the viewers. Don't explain it to me because I already know. Look at the camera. Why don't you like them?
No reason.
There has to be a reason.
I don't have reason.
It's like this reason I'm drinking this apple juice, and there's a reason I'm drinking because I like it. The taste is good. It's actually really good. Reason you don't like Peyton Manning? Come on, don't be afraid. Be a true fan.
It's because bias.
I'll give you that one, Cam.
You had to make him. You had to make a
Bias.
fan say that because you're too afraid to say it your own self out of your mouth. I get that.
It's Eagles fan denial.
That was my reason, I guess.
What's your reason you're drinking this apple juice for a sec? What's that reason?
It's good.
My thirst, and it tastes very good.
Oh, okay. So why don't you like Peyton Manning?
I just don't like him.
Because he's
It's
slow.
like, I'm drinking this drink, but I don't like it. Like there isn't too many people.
I
Like
used to do stuff like that. I drink a drink that I don't like. I'll eat something I don't like. If I eat it anyways because I'm hungry, I'll drink it because I'm thirsty.
What are you talking about? You complain about your medium ice cap made with white milk. You talk about your hot chocolate that tastes gross. You threw it out. So there has to be a reason. I'm kidding with you.
I
don't know
got
why-
some for you guys to try. Now
Wanted
that
to-
now that it's getting colder outside and we're talking about hot chocolate, you guys need to try half white hot chocolate, half normal hot chocolate. You guys will love it.
The hot chocolate we had the other day was horrible.
Yeah, the original, it tasted like garbage.
We had the dark hot chocolate the other day. It was hideous. I did not like it. I don't know. But how you been?
Oh, I've been good. I've been good. Just keeping to myself, working on music as usual, and
How's the family? Good.
keeping it the way it is. Yeah, wife and kid are doing great. There's not much I really have to say there. Baby's almost a year old now.
Nice. Hey, you should bring him on the
Nice.
show sometime. He's a little bit older. Have him on the show.
January 28th.
That's a big day for me.
Yep, my daughter will be a year old.
Wow. Hopefully one day you can be a great father too, huh? Have him on the show, right? But he'll be a Packers fan, not an Eagles fan. I can make sure on that.
Hell
He's
to the no.
not an Eagles.
Hell to the no.
He's not an Eagles.
No thank
You
you.
don't want to put your kids through that depression.
That's a
The
depression. Eagles.
day my son or daughter is born, I'm gonna go buy a baby Eagles jersey
Well, that baby is gonna suffer
and a baby
for
Eagles
a
hat.
long time.
That baby is going to suffer for the rest of their lives.
So,
It's true.
just like their old man.
They're old men and they
True
suffer. We're running out of time. We got, yeah, we kind of covered a lot of good topics today. Once again, I got a good show coming up on the 28th. Haven't announced yet, but a great person who is in the national. He's in the hockey operations. Can't say his name yet. That's a surprise. I want to talk about next week if he's coming on. I will talk about his name. Just gotta get his name from here. I have so many meetings these days. So where is it? I have Dwayne Hade. I don't know if you know who Dwayne Hade is.
No,
Hockey.
no.
He played in the NHL, played for 9 different teams. He'll be on the show December 5th. And we got Rob Murray, if you don't know who Rob Murray is.
Yes.
Oklahoma Oilers, the farm team for the Oilers. We're going to have him on the show on the 28th of November. It's going to be really good. It's going to be exciting. So if you want to come on that day, you're more than welcome to. If you want to come on, you're more than welcome to. Just kind of getting some things under control. I have to.
If I'm here or see me, I'll be on the show.
Yeah, it should be good. Should be really good.
If I had known I was going to hop on the show, I probably would have put my Patriots jersey on, so we all would have had jerseys on.
Yeah. Well, I was, I had what's his name, John. I had John on the show, and then he came on. He went home to grab his meds and all that. And they came back, and I said, you know what? I have a few minutes left. Let's bring Cameron on. And I wanted to bring you on the show at the beginning, but I totally forgot to put the link in the chat, and then I just was blocked out. And then,
Oh, that's all right. You got business to handle, dude. I totally understand.
but it's always nice, hearing you, and hopefully you're throwing those balls down the field like Tom Brady is. How's your football career going?
It's actually really good. I've been practicing every 2 days with a couple of my buddies. I get them to run some routes, and I'm throwing to them. And my deep ball's starting to improve a little bit more. I'm throwing the ball 47 yards now instead of the 43 I was throwing.
How many yards can you throw? 100 yards?
Like how many yards one throw? Like one pass?
Yeah. Can you throw like a 70-yard pass?
No, my furthest was a 57.
57? It's not bad.
So, and that was in high school. I've been working out and training since then, so I have no clue how far I can throw the ball now. I could probably throw 60 something now.
Okay. It's not bad. And how old are you? 20?
Yeah.
It's not bad. 20 years old, playing football, married, have a kid. That's a gift from God. That's a great way to end the show.
Yep. Very wholesome ending.
Yes. But, thank you for coming on, Cam, and I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem, Joe. Just let me know
Absolutely.
when you're live, and I'll come hang out.
Yes. Mojo, have anything to say to this guy? Here we go.
It's nice having you on the show, Cam.
It's nice to meet you, Mojo,
Nice to meet you too, brother.
and I'll talk to you after the show, Joe.
Yes, thank you. Take care, Cameron.
Take care.
Okay.
My beautiful people, I really can't thank you guys enough for coming on the show tonight. It was absolutely amazing. Mojo proved a point. Cameron proved a point. John Bruschetto proved a point. And I proved a point like I always do on a daily basis. You look at Cameron for a sec before we go. Amazing human being. But I still gotta disagree with him. I know he's backstage watching still right now. I can see him smiling in the background. With the Brett Favre situation, the only reason I'm gonna pick Aaron Rodgers is because Aaron Rodgers does not have the targets that Brett Favre used to have back in the days. Okay, that's the only reason. And not only that, if Aaron Rodgers wins the Super Bowl, we have 2 against 1. That's another thing. Oh, he's giving me a thumbs up, so that must be good news. Maybe he can change his mind then. I'm kidding. But yes, it's going to be a good season. Eagles, good luck. They're going to do well. They're going to win tomorrow.
I hope so. We need
Have
the
some
win.
faith. You need the win. Yes, it's a must win, and we should go from there. I gotta just do what we usually do on a Saturday. Let's get the national anthem ready, and that wraps it up. I want to thank the chat up there too for checking in. I know there wasn't too many people watch today, but I'll get the viewers later on. And guys, I need you guys to go on Your House Social Enterprise and give them a follow, give them a subscribe. I am the global broadcasting leader. If we see that logo up there, check that out. We want to help kids. We want to help youth, and we want to bring people together. There's a lot of kids these days that are going through depression, and we want to try to lower that case and lower that percent. Once upon a time, I was a little boy that kind of was in that path, and I know how children are going, and I like to help them out because everything is here for a reason, and we should always have opportunities to help kids out there, and it's always good to give back.
Yeah, like Joel's saying, depression is hurting a lot of people these days. A lot of kids.
It is. It's killing a lot of people. It's absolutely killing a lot of people, and I understand, and unfortunately, we live in this world today that there's a lot of people are afraid to come out and tell their story. And I'm not here to tell you guys to come out with your story, but if you ever need any advice, any help, I'm here. I've been through that path, and I'm still going through that path. Trust me. They always say the camera, yeah, you might be smiling, but you never know what's happening when the camera is off. Seriously, guys, I'm here to help. I want to help people, and I want to bring people together. Thank you guys very much.
And on the last and final note, I'm here to help anybody and everybody.
I know you are.
I've been down that path many times.
I know that. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
To my fellow Americans and fellow Canadians, I really appreciate you guys being on the show once again. Had a great show.
Yes, it was a great show.
You killed it. You're the one who nailed it, not me. You're the one who nailed it.
No, you did.
You make it
I'm
better.
just happy to be on the show.
It's an honor.
It's an honor to be on the show. Maybe next time on the show, I'll be the world heavyweight champion.
Yeah, you never know. We'll have Cameron come in and you can be the Alexa Bliss.
And maybe I'll have the Fiend mask on so you don't know it's me.
Yes. Thank you, folks. Thank you for watching Joe's Sports Channel. I appreciate the support.
And everybody have an amazing night. Mojo.